With the world economy in a fragile state, top corporations must adapt to survive. The bosses of some of Canada's biggest companies are about to take extreme action. To stay ahead of the game, they're going undercover in their own organizations. This week, we go undercover with one of the most recognizable brands in North America. As the 5th largest brewer in the world, Molson Coors can drink with the big boys. But this liquid giant has been struggling in the economic downturn, their key customers drowning in high unemployment.
Wine is becoming more popular, and it's really important that the beer keep up in that.
So CEO Dave Perkins is taking drastic action. But he's too recognizable within the company.
I'm going to ask you if you'd be willing to go undercover. There's got to be opportunities out there for us to bring more excitement to the beer category.
Do I have to shave my head?
Kelly Brown will trade her executive lifestyle for a week of fizz, foam, and fermentation.
I'm dizzy already, Janice.
To discover the unsung heroes who make the company run. And finally, she'll reveal to them who she really is. They'll be shocked to find out she's the boss.
I'm Kelly Brown, the Chief Legal Officer for Molson.
Holy sh**.
And their lives will never be the same again. Because this is Undercover Boss Canada. In 1786, John Molson pulled his first pint, making Molson the second oldest company in Canada.
I'm Dave Perkins. I'm President and CEO of Molson Coors Canada. The Molson brand is really iconic within Canada. Generally where Canadians go, Molson is there.
While beer is still Canada's first draft choice, it's failed to keep pace with the population growth. A new generation of beer drinker has turned away from corporate Goliaths like Molson, judging it too industrially mass-produced, preferring to pull their pints from smaller craftsman breweries.
One of the biggest challenges that we're facing today is really the growth of the beer category because consumers are demanding a lot these days.
And rather than rest on his bar stool, Dave's going to do whatever it takes to find out what's not working and how to fix it. But this is where things get complicated.
Hey, boss.
Kelly, thanks for joining me. Appreciate you taking the time. You watch TV?
Yes.
You know Undercover Boss?
Yes.
All right.
So you're going to go undercover?
Good thought. The challenge for me is I think I got a really good chance of being recognized out there.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm going to ask you if you'd be willing to go undercover.
Do you think I can pull it off?
Yeah, I do. I think you'd be powerful in this. If you're up for it, I'd love to have you do it.
Now, do I have to shave my head?
It'd be great if you would. A tattoo will be good, too. Yeah, right.
My name's Kelly Brown. I'm the Chief Legal Officer for Molson. I'm also the chair of our Health and Safety Committee, so it means that I'm responsible for legal services for Canada. If things go wrong, the buck stops here.
Kelly knows that sometimes a woman can face different challenges than a man.
So I wonder, what's the plan? As a woman executive, many times I'm the only woman in a room. And so for me, it would be really interesting to go into the brewery and see what it's like for the women working there. Yeah. I remember the day when Dave called me into his office and said, Kelly, I want you to be our Chief Legal Officer. And meanwhile, I was 5 months pregnant at the time, and he knew it. And I said, this is a great opportunity, but you know that I'm going to be going on my maternity leave. And he said, yes, but you're the right person for the job.
Kelly has juggled her high-powered career and her family life since giving birth to daughter Kaylee 2 years ago.
There's the baby, there's mama. Even though I've always known that family is the most important thing, I'm not exactly the poster child for work-life balance. What's that?
Owl.
That's right. And there's the duck. What is it? My husband, Mark, is great.
There's Mommy, there's Kyla.
If he wasn't working so hard to take care of things, I wouldn't be able to be the Chief Legal Officer at Molson.
Tony, look, it's Mama!
Hi. And after a long day of work, when I get to go home and see my husband on the porch with our daughter waiting to greet me, it doesn't get better than that. But when I'm up in the middle of the night with my young daughter, sometimes I'm worrying about work, that's for sure. And I told him that hopefully it would be this week.
Before her mission begins, Kelly calls together her senior management.
I want to go undercover because it's important for us who sit in the head office not to lose touch with what's going on in our breweries. Hi, you guys.
Hey, Kelly.
Dave has approached me with a new opportunity. He's asked me to go undercover in the breweries. And the reason is that we really want to find out firsthand what's going on in our breweries. As a leadership team, is there something that we can do to make the working environment better? There are potential customers out there who don't trust the big guy. My job undercover is to find out whether Molson is making the best beer possible and to be ready to make changes if we aren't.
For the next week, she'll be known as Laurie Shaw. Her cover story is that she's taking part in a documentary about workers learning a new trade. So no more boardrooms and power suits. Instead, it's jeans and steel-toed boots.
While I'm undercover, I will be living the lifestyle just like any entry-level employee would. I don't feel like I have a good finger on the pulse of what's going on in all of our breweries. I'd like to know ways we could do things better. I sort of moved from being surprised to being nervous about it. Am I the right person? Can I really pull it off?
Coming up, Kelly's all thumbs in Moncton when her co-worker cracks the whip.
They're waiting for you. The line is down. Okay. The line is down.
And later, Kelly stops production in Vancouver. Kelly Brown was a lawyer at the top of her game, but now she's bottoming out in a brewery. She's taking a week away from corporate HQ to spy in the House of Suds to see whether Molson Coors has the froth to rise to the top of the beer game. Kelly has flown to New Brunswick for her first day undercover.
I'm here today at our Moncton Brewery, the first brewery that we built in 40 years. It's our newest brewery.
Kelly wants to know whether this brewery poster child can be the model for the future. So she'll be working on the line today with Christine.
Hi, Christine. Nice to meet you.
Christine, a brewery technician, has no idea that it's her boss in disguise.
So if you want to just grab a locker here. I'm number 1 and 2.
How come you get 2 lockers?
Well, because I'm the only female technician.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know you were the only woman.
Yeah. To be the only female technician, I just want to be recognized as an equal. Let's get to work.
They head for the Deepal area, where bottles collected from around the Maritimes are washed, scrubbed, and recycled.
So the pallets of the empties here, they're going to come in layer for layer, okay? But
you reuse bottles?
These are all reused bottles, so it is definitely more economical.
The Moncton plant recycles almost 30,000 twofers every week, saving the company $56,000 every year on new bottles.
So this bar here is what's going to tell your machine to go. You need to guide them down 2 lanes.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm going to show you once, and then you're going to follow.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh my gosh.
So are you ready to give it a try?
Yes.
Okay. You gotta move extra fast.
Okay. Oh my gosh! Ah! Oh no! This guy got squished.
Yep, you are the very start of the line here. For every minute that you're stopped, you're holding everybody up. Everybody's waiting on you.
Kelly's used to a different kind of pressure in the boardroom, and she's cracking under the strain.
You gotta be fast and strong.
Kelly gives new meaning to the word bottleneck.
So the second you stop, the bottom stop's not ready to continue.
Okay.
So we'll go see what the problem is down there. Either also for my kids. There's an actual saw that cuts the bottom of the box.
Oh my
so
god.
What I do
Oh my god.
is take that off. Give it a try. Don't be scared.
I am scared.
The boxes won't bite you.
Oh no.
Right now, you're starving the line for bottles.
Oh my gosh.
The filler is stopped, waiting for you.
Oh no.
Yes, gotta move fast.
Okay.
The filler is stopped. They're waiting for you.
I find that really nerve-wracking. And Christine was really impressing upon me the fact that I had to be fast and efficient.
Remember, the line is down.
Okay.
The line is down. They're waiting for you.
And I tried my best, but I think you need to develop some techniques to get faster. Christine tells me that she works a 12-hour shift. I'd probably last 12 minutes.
I don't think she has the brewery technician attitude, per se. To be a technician at Molson, she needs to go back to school.
After an exhausting morning on the recycling line, Kelly tags along with Christine for a trip to the beach. They'll be taking part in a Molson Coors environmental initiative. It's good for their profile, as well as the coastline.
This is called the Shoreline Project, so we're gonna go out and actually clean up the shoreline.
Yeah, excellent. You had said you had 2 girls, so what are their ages? And tell me a bit about them.
One's 11 and one is 5, and my 5-year-old is actually legally blind. Last year was kind of a rough year. I had to go to the Children's Hospital in Nova Scotia quite often with my daughter to see surgeons and get checkups and stuff like that. She's come a long way already. She's functioning. Yeah, if you were to walk into her kindergarten class today, you would never be able to pick her out. Never, never, never. So, yeah. So I take it you've never been to Capillet before.
No, I haven't. Christy's gone through a lot to try and help her daughter, and she just takes it all in stride. Since becoming a mother, I really find it hard to hear about children who are suffering. So when she told me about her daughter, it was really hard. So it sounds like you really like your job.
I really like my job.
Do you see yourself doing your same job till you retire?
No. Someday I will become management of one of our breweries.
Are there very many women brewery managers?
I don't know that there's any, but I know I can make it happen someday.
Arriving at the beach, Kelly and Christine dive right into the shoreline cleanup. To keep erosion at bay, they'll gather up seaweed, trees, and other vegetation and pile it up at the shoreline.
With the erosion of the beer market, it's important that we raise awareness of our brand in ways that actually give back to the community. And we talk about that all the time at head office, and it was really inspiring to actually see employees who care about it and who bring it to life. Well, that's what it's all about. You mentioned you had a personal trainer. What are you training for?
I'm training to be fit, be healthy. Just last year, I lost 60 pounds.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You must feel so powerful.
Yeah, I do. You want to have that confidence, because without that confidence, you're never going to succeed. And I think that it would help any women in the workplace. Confidence. They all need confidence.
Christine was awesome. She's really fought to be where she is. I've done the same thing in my career. I think she could be a great mentor to show other young women in the company how they can become leaders too. It's been a great day, and you've really shown me a lot. Thanks, Christine.
Okay, good job.
Coming up, Kelly risks Creemore's brew.
We're gonna have to hurry. Otherwise, it'll tie up the whole process.
And later, she almost loses it
I felt sick to my stomach.
as things spin out of control. Chief Legal Officer of Molson Coors, Kelly Brown, used to know how to do her job. Not anymore. Her first day undercover definitely left room for improvement.
That filler is stopped, waiting for you.
Oh, no!
Yes.
It's now day 2, and she's on her way to the town of Creemore, a couple of hours north of Toronto. Creemore Springs Brewery has come under scrutiny since Molson Coors acquired it a few years ago. Beer bloggers aren't sure if they like it anymore. So Kelly's gone undercover to see whether the credibility of this small craft brewery is being siphoned off.
When we bought Creemore, some people thought they're gonna wreck it.
The company's reputation is on the line. Kelly will be shadowing Mike, a maintenance technician and master brewer who oversees the whole brewing process.
Hi, nice to meet you, I'm
Nice to
Mike.
meet you.
So I guess we should just get to work.
Yeah.
Fermenter 8, which we're brewing into, should be done caustic cleaning, and we'll have to rinse that, sanitize it, and get it ready for Bob to put his brew into it. Hi, Bob.
Bob, a master brewer like Mike, is responsible for getting the brew to the next stage at exactly the right time.
So now what we've done is it's called reclaim, taking our caustic. You don't want to splash it on you, so you're just going to watch. You're going to let a little bit of the excess out here.
It's used to clean the vats and the floors all in one go.
Just a little bit of a scrubbing.
Mike encourages Kelly to pick up the pace.
We're going to get in. This is just in case we can only spend a couple minutes on it. We've got to kind of keep rolling because the brew is right now is cooking. We have to make sure that we're ready whenever Bob comes. And we'll start to rinse our fermenter of caustic, the residue.
Okay.
It's vitally important to get it out of the vat. Any delay will destroy the entire batch, and the profits with it.
Oh, these hoses are heavy, man.
We're going to start rinsing, Laurie.
Okay.
We've got 39 minutes before we have to have this tank completely done.
Be ready for the next brew?
Oh, yeah. Otherwise, it'll tie up the whole process. Yeah, that's it. Just blast that caustic off the top. Just kind of rinse it all down the side of the tank. We're going to have to hurry. Now we're done rinsing. We're getting ready for our sanitizer. It's going to be tight. Sometimes you don't get to stand around and just sample beer.
After flushing the caustic from the tank, they prep for sanitizing.
Start heading towards number 8.
I think Mike's job is hard physical work. These are slippery suckers. Those hoses are heavy. Ugh. I'd be hard-pressed to do that every day, day in, day out.
At any brewery, I think you really need a good work ethic. And I think the only way for her to learn is sometimes get dirty and to keep working. We are ready to sanitize this tank. So now we're going to put some acid in our yeast. So we're going to have to hurry.
Okay.
About 250.
There's so much art and science in brewing.
Part of Mike's job is quality control, testing the brewing yeast that goes in every batch of beer. All the numbers have to be spot on, or the beer will be lost.
If the pH doesn't match up, then we'll know that something's happened to the brew. We are in spec.
It's very complicated.
There's only seconds to go before the tank must be ready for the next brew.
So now we can rinse that sanitizer and have that ready for Bob. Oh, Bob's on it.
Sorry, Bob, it's my fault. I feel kind of bad. Because Mike was teaching me, I slowed him down. Good thing Bob noticed and backed him up. Otherwise, the beer could have been ruined.
The steam has sanitized the line.
With that fire put out, it's time to get some water. Kelly heads off with Mike to the local underground spring, which still supplies water for the beer, just like it has from the beginning.
Are you a big hockey fan?
Oh, naturally, yeah. Right now I'm a coach of my son's team. To be honest, I've never been to the new ACC, which is sad. So, we are now at our spring.
The on-site tanker connects to the spring itself with underground pipes. The tanker's continually filling with fresh spring water. And Mike connects his truck twice a day, keeping the brewery supplied with the 8.5 million liters it needs every year.
There we go. Now we get to just hang out.
I thought I remembered Creemore being merged with another brewer.
Yeah, we were purchased by Molson, but we're making the same beer that we've always made. We put the same amount of attention into the beer. If we're left alone, you get to run your own ship, really. We've got a load of water. We're all set to go.
You're a hard-working guy.
After I'm done this day's work, then I get to go home and do some other farm work. And you still have to wiggle in time for the kids and stuff like that, too.
Do you think that your kids are going to go to college?
I would like them to, but again, I just don't have all the money in the world.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's about it.
Yay!
Caught up for the day.
Really?
Kelly's second day undercover is done.
Kidding me. Thanks for taking the time.
Oh, no
I really
problem.
appreciate it.
Anytime.
I had a great experience today. I'm totally exhausted. It was really great to get to know Mike, father of 4. He's a volunteer firefighter. He coaches hockey. He has 2 jobs. It's amazing. He really has inspired me. I think there's something special about the Creemore Brewery because It is so independent. They do things in their own special way to produce great beer for us, the same way they always have.
Coming up, Kelly's new duties make her head swim.
I'm dizzy already, Janice.
And later, things in Vancouver are breaking out all over. Kelly Brown has thrown off the high-powered trappings of her life and transformed herself into Laurie Shaw, the subject of a documentary about Canadian workers. On her third day working undercover, Kelly will try her hand on the packaging line at Creemore to see what impact Molson's acquisition has had on it. She'll be training with Janice, a 6-year veteran at the brewery.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, so we're looking for different things. We want to make sure there are 12 bottles in there. But sometimes there'll be a broken bottle, so we need to pull it off the line. We're going to trim the flaps in and bring those out.
Okay.
Yeah. But we also have to watch this way to make sure everything's okay as the bottles are dropping in.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I'm dizzy already, Janice. It's really fast-paced. I felt like I couldn't make my hands really work fast enough. It's just too physically and mentally exhausting.
Kelly spots that a bottle's missing.
Hey, look.
Oh, see, that's the situation. That's what we don't want. Do you want to go grab one off the line? Well, that's not good.
Good eye, Janice.
It was Laurie that got it.
Kelly also notices that this is one time when she's not the only woman in the room.
Is it all women that work on the packaging line?
Yeah, it is, which is great. I think we all get along really well.
Making it the only all-female line in Molson's entire worldwide operation.
People always say women can't work well together. That's bullshit. Women do work well together, and these guys prove it. Oh, are we done?
Time to move on.
Everyone switches to a different duty every 20 minutes to combat work fatigue. Next up, the light box, where each bottle must be checked for labels and content.
You jump up here, up here.
Okay.
So what we're looking for, we're making sure that there's no leak at the top. The 3 labels, sometimes there'll be no labels on there. We have to make sure that the beer is clear. You can see the level of the beer.
This seems like it would be hard to do.
180 a minute, I think it is.
I'm already dizzy. Honestly, like, I feel like motion sickness. Uh-oh, now it's going fast. Hey, there's one. There, I got it.
So you try to stick it in there where there's a spot. There you go.
Do you have any kids?
I do. I have 3 children. Most of my family lives close, and family is important. I see my mom about twice a week, or I try to, but my father has passed away a couple of years ago, so yeah, miss him a lot, but he left us a legacy.
Do you find that you've sort of followed in his footsteps?
Oh, yeah. He always said, walk with a purpose.
That's why you look so confident. Starting to get dizzy again.
You have to be good at each one of them, being at the light box. She found out she was a little busy watching, so there's improvement could be made.
Honestly, I felt sick to my stomach. They were going by so fast. It was really hard to watch it. It was dizzying.
Oh, we have to change.
Oh, okay.
All right, Laurie, we're going to learn racking.
Oh, cool.
Which is putting beer in kegs. What we're going to do, pick it up with this, because that's about 160 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
We're just going to place it like that. So you want to try that? Okay.
But Kelly is tentative, and these kegs need to be shipped.
I guess she should go a little faster.
Oops.
That's it.
Uh-oh. Almost got my fingers crunched. Pretty tired. Again, there's a lot of physical labor involved. But I can see how you'd be tired after this. So where are you planning for your next vacation?
I'd like to do Scotland, Ireland, and Wales.
Yeah, that would be cool. My ancestors came from Ireland.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to one day go there.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same with Scotland.
Oh, yeah?
I know they came from Aberdeen, Scotland. So that's right. I want to go to Scotland.
That's where your people are from?
Yeah. So, Lori, it's kind of the end of the shift. Oh. We're done. Anyways, a bunch of the girls go across the road here and have a drink, usually after work. So are you interested? Do you have time to go?
I've been really impressed with Creemore. These guys are doing their job, making the exact same great beer. Now we've got to do ours by getting the word out. It was awesome to meet all the women that work in the packaging line. They're hilarious, real salt of the earth kind of people. Cheers, ladies.
Cheers up.
Coming up, some cutting frontline lessons.
These are like razor blades. They'll cut you in a heartbeat.
And later, Kelly fears going inside the belly of the yeast.
It's cold and dark and confined, and there's sludgy stuff on the floor. There's no way in hell I'd want to go in there.
Molson Coors CLO Kelly Brown has touched down in Vancouver to start her 4th shift working undercover in the trenches to see whether the standards here are as high as they should be.
I'm heading off for my first night shift. Tonight I'm going to be on the production line. It's a really huge line compared to Moncton and Creemore.
With beer sales in decline across the country, Kelly needs to know if Molson, the 5th largest brewery in the world, can keep up with the little guy.
There's a new generation of beer drinker going for the microbreweries because they think that maybe the quality isn't there from the big brewers. I want to see if there's any truth to that.
Kelly will be shadowing Dave, who mans the graveyard shift in the noisiest place in the plant.
Hello.
Hi,
Nice to meet
Dave.
you.
My name's Lori.
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to paradise. This is the bottle fill. As long as the machine's spinning, the company's happy. So that's our primary goal for the day. All of these bottles are now heading to the filler, where I will fill them with
Do you
beer.
work on this part of the bottling line every night?
I've been here pretty much since I started, so for me, it's my happy place.
750,000 bottles whip round this roller coaster every day, with such force that one explodes every 12 seconds.
One of the most challenging things about working in this type of environment would be that you're constantly bombarded with all of this noise. Every once in a while, a bottle pops, and it makes it sound like a shotgun.
They change brands, and you get used to it. Number one thing in this job is to use your ears.
You have to go check it out.
So whenever we go to work around glass, the major thing you gotta worry about is safety equipment. These are what they call cut resistant, not cut proof. That's why we wear gloves. These are like razor blades. They'll cut you in a heartbeat. Now it's one of the best things and one of my favorite things to watch. Right down there.
Every time they switch the beer they're bottling, the pipes have to be flushed.
Let's just stand right here.
I'll stay with you. Selfie girl.
There, right here, right now.
Awesome. Better than Disneyland. So how many beer bottles go through here every day?
My record-setting shift, 365,000 bottles in one 8-hour shift.
And that's the record?
That's the record. I try to be the best that I can at whatever I do. So I always try to set like new standards. As far as the company, like they love it, the work ethic, because the more I produce, the happier they are. So now we got to do our quality sample. Real quick.
I really love Dave's enthusiasm, and that kind of energy is really contagious. Are you gonna try and grab one? Oh my God.
That's a beer.
Bottles must be removed at random intervals for testing. But Kelly's having a difficult time grasping the task at hand.
Grab one.
I don't know if I can do this.
Pick one down the line.
Okay, almost. I had no idea how much testing they actually do on the line. They're testing everything from the crown crimpage to the torque of the crown.
Grab the bottle here and just turn. You want to watch the needle where it goes.
The fill line, the oxygen levels, the temperature, it's amazing.
Finally, some downtime in the staff break room.
This is our lunchroom, employee lunchroom.
Do you live near the brewery now?
Right now I live in Burnaby.
How long does it take you to get here?
At night shift, like 20 minutes. Day shift, it could take an hour.
So that's one bonus to working the night shift. So are you married?
Not quite.
Not quite.
It's been, well, it'll be 3 years in May.
When are you gonna ask your girlfriend if you're gonna get married?
See, that's the same question everyone else is asking. I was planning to take her to Europe
And then, like, you'd pick somewhere cool and then you'd propose to her?
Of course, I've been trying to save since I started here, and it's almost impossible.
You have to go back?
Back to work, we must go.
Okay.
Recycled bottles hurtle by a scanner, which casts a critical eye for any incorrect ones and kicks them off the line. And every hour, the scanner itself is tested using an 8-pack of defective bottles.
You gotta put these 8 bottles in order in the line.
Dave knows the calibration's off if they aren't ejected within seconds. But Kelly's having problems keeping it in line.
Oh no, I made it fall over. Oh, guys, that was going to screw up the line. Oh, it's all my fault.
And so her first night undercover comes to its own grinding halt.
I'm super tired. I could fall asleep right here. There's no way in hell I would do this type of shift work. We got here and it was dark, and we're leaving and it's dark.
Coming up, Kelly aims to please.
Like up there?
Try not to get any of the electronics.
And later, the undercover boss confronts the staff she worked with.
I'm Kelly Brown, the Chief Legal Officer for Molson.
And they're in for the shock of their lives. Last night, Kelly proved skittish on the production line
We changed branch now.
and managed to bring everything to a standstill. Tonight, Kelly's back at the Vancouver Brewery with a different set of challenges. It's 8 p.m. on Kelly's final night undercover.
I'm heading off to my second night shift in a row, and pretty much haven't slept in 24 hours now. Last night I saw how great our quality control is, but you know, we produce a lot of beer, and as chair of the Health and Safety Committee, I want to see if anything's slipping through the cracks.
Tonight, Kelly will be training with Mark, who works the tail end in fermenting and has no idea that Kelly's his boss.
I'm Lori.
Nice to meet you, Lori. I'm Mark.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you.
After suiting up, it's time to get down to business.
So, welcome to fermenting. What you see before you right now is a tank that has had the beer removed. And now our job is to remove the left behind yeast. This is pretty much what we're going to be dealing with tonight. I'm going to be going in the tank. You have not gone through confined space training, so you just watch me from the door. So this tank, you're going to be entering, it has been dissipating CO2, which is potentially a dangerous gas.
After brewing, there's always a buildup of poisonous CO2 gas in the tank, and the air must be monitored the entire time Mark's inside, using meters sensitive to CO2 levels.
The closer you get to something volatile, it'll start chirping at you.
It really looks like Mark takes safety seriously and has a really good understanding of what he needs to do to be safe.
Because Kelly isn't trained for meter maid duty, Peter's called in to stay on top of the deadly CO2 levels.
Peter's our spotter tonight. Good to go? All right, see ya.
Good luck.
The objective is to spend as little time in the tank as possible. That's all, folks.
It's cold and dark and confined, and there's sludgy stuff on the floor. There's no way in hell I'd want to go in there.
After the confines of the fermenting tanks, Mark takes Kelly up to the rooftop lounge for a view of the brew.
We're walking over beer.
We're walking over beer.
You know what's funny? I really felt concerned for you when you were in the tank.
Really?
Because of all the safety precautions.
Part of health and safety that drives you the most is, like I said, you want to make sure you leave the way you came to work. And so I take it to heart. I had an aunt about 2 years ago that was killed in a drinking and driving accident. A woman hit her vehicle, and unfortunately she succumbed to it. And, you know, involved in it was a product called alcohol, and, you know, that's what we do here at Molson. So it changed me a lot and how I looked at what we do. So losing somebody dear to you really changes you in a lot of ways.
I'm really sorry about your aunt.
Thanks. I really appreciate that. And we miss her.
Mark told me that his aunt was killed by a drunk driver. At Molson, we take these matters really seriously. We want to make sure that people enjoy our products responsibly. And that for him, that gave him this renewed interest in health and safety and making sure that other people were safe. I found that to be really touching.
So, remember the tanks we were just on top of?
Yeah.
Now we're below them.
Oh.
We're gonna do some foaming, and foaming is basically a cleaning solution we use to keep our stainless and our surfaces as sterile as possible. First of all, you're gonna use goggles. Can you still get your gloves?
No.
No? I got an extra set over in next door, just...
Okay.
If you forget one little safety item like gloves or goggles, it's good to have backup. The plant, it's 5 stories tall. There are locations throughout the plant where you can get temporary gear, but the distance is quite great. You should have access to it at all times. All right, Laurie, here's replacement for the gloves you forgot upstairs.
Sorry. I felt bad. Mark had to go so far. Maybe there's a better way to keep safety equipment nearby.
Okay, it's like so. You want to try?
You want me to get over on top of the thing?
Yep. Try not to get any of the electronics.
Like up there?
Yeah.
So it seems like you're really passionate about what you do.
I love what I do.
Is there anything you could change if you could?
If I had my way, I think a better way of listening to the worker on the floor. There's always comments or ideas to make things better. Sometimes it gets listened to and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
So, okay, we got our foam down. It needs to sit and do its job for a while.
Yeah.
It's the end of our shift. So we basically set the next crew up. We're cleaning. Let's go, it's a good day. I think the greatest challenge to Laurie doing my job would be getting used to probably the hours. It seemed like it wasn't exactly her favorite time of the day to be awake and in a cold, dark cellar.
I've just finished my last night shift, and I'm thinking back on the week. It's been an incredible experience. I thought there'd be a difference, but there isn't a difference between our smaller breweries or in Vancouver, our larger brewery. We're making great beer, so we got to get the message out and get those beer drinkers back. But one thing Mark did say was sometimes there were great ideas that came up from the folks working in the front lines on the floor, and that they weren't always heard by senior management. So that's something that we could do better.
Coming up, Christine, Mike, Janice, Dave, and Mark have been called to head office. And they're about to learn the astonishing truth about the woman they trained.
I'm Kelly Brown, the Chief Legal Officer for Molson.
Holy sh**.
After a week up to her elbows in suds and safety duds, Kelly Brown is back in the corner office as Chief Legal Officer at Molson Coors. And she's ready to report back to CEO Dave Perkins and the executive team.
Talk about how you feel it's going out in the market. Hey, Kelly, you're back.
Hey, guys.
Welcome back.
I went to visit different brewery environments to find out what they do every day and to learn a bit more about what we can do to make their working lives a bit better. Maybe there's the opportunity to have some leadership programs for our brewery workers.
Do you get the sense that the employees feel listened to?
I think we could do a better job of listening to our employees who work on the front lines in the breweries and develop our brands a bit more.
What I heard is that there are some opportunities to go further. If we can push into those opportunities, we'll become an even better company.
Now it's time to confront the employees she worked with. They're on their way to head office, and they're in for the surprise of their lives.
Hi, Mark.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good to see you. You look a lot different.
I'm Kelly Brown, the Chief Legal Officer for Molson.
Wow.
Holy sh**.
So we were duped. That's amazing, really.
So you're probably wondering what the heck's going on.
Yes.
We wanted to go undercover in the breweries because we wanted to see whether there's things that we can do to improve. So I just want to say thank you, first off, because you were a great teacher and you're really proud of making great beer. Molson would like to recognize you and to send you and your girlfriend on an all-expense-paid trip to Europe.
Oh, wow. You have no idea how amazing that would be. There's no words. Thank you. Getting a trip to Europe is, well, it's a life changer for me. It's gonna be the best time of my life.
I'm pleased to say that you modeled all of our Molson Coors values, and I was really impressed with your passion and commitment to your job.
Wow.
You were really
Thank you.
kind, and Molson wants to recognize you and said to me that you're a huge Leafs fan and that you've never been to the ACC. So we'd love to bring you and your whole family to see a Leafs game at the Air Canada Centre in our Molson box.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you very much.
And I remember you saying that you wanted your kids to go to university.
Oh, yeah.
So Molson would like to donate $10,000 to an education fund for your 4 kids.
Holy cow. Thank you very much. Holy cow. Yeah, being able to take the family to a Leaf game is going to be amazing. And to get the $10,000, you know what, it just shows that, you know what, there's someone behind you.
I really found that I was so impressed with you and the rest of the Creemore employees.
Oh, well, thank you.
I know that you had said that you got your work ethic from your dad, who recently passed away. And I know it's been hard. And we'd like to make a $10,000 donation in your dad's name to spend within the community.
Thank you.
Our pleasure. I remember you telling me that you're originally from Scotland, but you've never been there.
No.
Molson would love to pay for you and your husband to go on a trip to Scotland.
No.
Yes.
Oh, now I gotta hug you. I'm very excited about going to Scotland with my husband and to make a donation in the community on my dad's behalf. Oh, think long and hard how that should go. Sorry.
This is just blowing me away.
Well, I really enjoyed my time with you. I found you to be really generous.
Thank you.
And you represent the best of our employees.
Thank you. That's very moving for me. Thank you.
You had an idea to increase the efficiency in the brewery where you said, like, it might be good if we had some stations where you could actually find gloves and goggles around the
Absolutely.
brewery. We think that's a great idea, and once you figure out where they're going to be, we'll make it happen.
Wow, really?
The other thing was, you know, when we were on the break, you told me about the tragedy that took the life of your aunt. In your aunt's name, Molson would like to donate $5,000 to Arrive Alive, which is a charitable organization that helps to promote responsible drinking and to stop people from drinking and driving.
Thank you. That means a lot. My Aunt Linda was a real important person to me. She was a person that cared about other people. It's a very, very huge, kind gesture that, I don't know, I'll be able to repay with.
Do I have sucker written across my forehead?
You know what? The opposite. I feel so much gratitude for how you were so generous. A lot of times I'm the only woman in a room, and you've really just shown such incredible ambition and drive in getting to where you've got to. And we'd like to offer you the chance to go through our Molson leadership course because we see something really special in you.
I would love that. I've wanted to do that.
You know, I was really touched that you told me that your younger daughter was legally blind. And Molson Coors would like to donate $5,000 in your daughter's name to the IWK Hospital Foundation so that they can help other kids like her.
Is this real? Like, I'm feeling so many things. The IWK is so important because they change lives in the Maritimes and in my family. I've never had so many opportunities in my life, never, until I started working here. And I can take the time off and not feel bad.